We had the approval of the first round of projects in April, and immediately after we opened the second call. Some figures. 620 proposals were submitted in step 1 of the first call. At my knowledge, this was the call in Europe with the highest number of applications received. So there was really a high interest in Central Europe, maybe also because we were one of the first programs starting after the long gap between the old programming period and the new programming period, but however, we were able to attract a lot of applications. Out of these 620, only 9 were not eligible. This we see as a success. I mean, in the past, in the old program, we were having something like 20 to 25% of applications not eligible. Out of formal mistakes, they were even not open in their contents. They were not checked. With, as you can imagine, a lot of efforts from applicants and a lot of efforts also for us in checking the formal aspects. So in this new program, this number has really decreased, meaning that the formal requirements are really reduced to the minimum, and even though if for some things, if there are mistakes, they can be solved during the application process without kicking out the project. So only 9, which means a little bit more than 1%, were not eligible. After the assessment, 91 proposals were invited to the second step of the first call. This means something like 15% of the submitted proposals managed to pass to step 2. Out of these 91, 1 was not submitted, so 90 were submitted, and 1 was not eligible. So at the end of the day, 89 proposals were assessed. Out of these 89, 35% were approved. So here the success rate was higher, obviously, because there was already a first filtering step, so we are talking about a little bit less than 40% of the submitted in step 2 were approved. On the 35 approved projects, this means 386 partners involved in this first round of projects approved. The average size of the projects is 11. So this means that we are very much in line with the general recommendations we gave in the application manual, as I presented yesterday. And the budget of the approved project is in average 2.1 million of European Regional Development Fund. This means that we are talking about 2.45 million total in average per project approved. So they are quite, let's say, big projects, in the sense we are even a little bit higher than the general figures we have in the application manual. As you can see from the map, there is a very good coverage of the area. So even the, let's say, smaller countries are very much represented, like Slovenia. Of course, the most represented country is Italy, where we got very high participation. But as we can see from this map, all the countries are really well represented and involved in the projects. This means that cooperation is there and there is real involvement of many partners. We are talking about at least 5 countries per project approved, which is a good success. The 35 projects are distributed per priority according to these figures. So we have in priority 1 innovation 10 projects accounting for 19 million euro of ERDF. In the priority 2 energy, we have 9 projects, meaning 18 million. In priority 3 environment and culture, we have 14 projects, 29.5 million allocated. And in priority 4, we have 2 projects, so 4 million ERDF. Of course, the priority 4 is a little bit less represented, and we very much count that in the second call there will be more participation also in this priority. We are also aware that this priority is a very focused priority, where the number of actors in this area are quite low. So it is also the number of applications we receive in this priority is a little bit lower than the others. But still, we are very much confident that also in this priority we will have quite a good number of approved projects in the second call.